Lee, you and Ernie wrote this great book that we're using essentially as our manual. Hats off to you. Can you share the story on where you got the idea, the late title of this book, Hats Off to You?
I remember when I had just initially come into the family business area, I went to a major conference, and one of the speakers told this story. He was in a family business. He graduated from college and came right into the family business and was given a division to run. And as he said in his speech, I didn't run my division very well, but did my golf game improve? And after about a year and a half, I came into the company one day, and the controller said, Dad has your check. And he said, I got very excited, because in our company, when Dad gave you the check, it meant one of two things. You were getting a raise or a promotion. So I call my dad. He says, come on over, take a swim. I jump into my convertible. I'm spending the money as I'm driving over to Dad's house. And Dad's in the pool, and he has two baseball caps next to him. And I get into the pool with Dad, and Dad puts on a cap that says boss. And my dad says, son, it's really hard to be a boss in a family business. But you've been in this family business now for almost 2 years, several quarters. You haven't met your numbers any quarter. We've talked about it. We've discussed it. Here's your termination notice. You're fired. And he said, and as I was reeling, Dad whipped off that boss hat and put on a hat that said Dad, came over and put his arm around me and said, son, I understand you got fired from work today. Mom and I will try to be as supportive as possible. And as I sat in the audience and heard that story, I said to myself, I'm going to write a book, and it's going to be about the hats, because I thought that was just a fabulous story. And this young man, the follow-up is, did get fired, went out, worked into the field for 6 years before he finally came back into the business. And when he was addressing this conference, he was back in the business, productive, doing what he needed to be doing when he first came in. And again, this speaks to why I do not think it's a wise idea for someone to immediately come into a family business. In many respects, they need to earn their stripes. It's a privilege to be in a family business. It is not an entitlement.